Hello, welcome to the Good, the Bad and the Stupid. It's Monday the 11th of November. Hopefully you're well, had a good weekend. Enjoyed the weather? No, of course you didn't, because it was pissing down. Absolutely pissing down on Saturday. Torrential. I mean, I'm surprised. I was driving on the motorway and I'm surprised there wasn't more accidents is what I was going to say. There was one because we all had to wait an hour and a half to get past it, but it wasn't a bad one luckily. So sometimes that shit happens. I mean, the weather was just horrendous, but we live to tell the tale, and the weather's going to be bad this week as well. It's going to be Arctic winds, -10, the big freeze they've said. So fucking out of one frying pan into another. So don't go out without your big coat on. I'm literally not going to what I was meant to do tomorrow, which was go to a market, but because you have to get there and you have to wait to go in a couple of hours in the van and stuff. I thought I'm not doing that in -10, so I've just pussied out. You know, some people do it and they've got balaclavas on and all that kind of stuff, but I can't be bothered really. I just thought I'd rather just give it a miss this week and wait for if the wind chill sticks around, then next week I'll probably be on tins of Spam and bloody spaghetti hoops or something. I'll have to sort of be on the old rations, but no. Anyway, it wasn't imperative. I just thought I was gonna go, and I'd talk myself out of it very easily. So anyway, it's been been the Remembrance weekend. It was always sad and sombre to watch. The reef laying. Boris Johnson put his reef upside down, and BBC tried to show. Well, I don't know. He put his reef upside down, but I think the BBC didn't show that and showed something from a couple of years ago instead, and then said they made a mistake when everybody called them out on it and said you're doctoring the videos and stuff like that. They're going, oh, sorry, it was a mistake. How did somebody accidentally put a video from 2 years ago and cut it into the remembrance from today? But I think they were trying to hide the fact that he put a reef upside down. I don't know. I'm not going to drill him about it. It was just an accidental thing, isn't it? But people jump on that kind of shit. It was a sad day, and it was sad to see all the sad, and it was nice to see all the old guys talking about their experiences and whatever else. And then they had the 2-minute silence and stuff. Luckily, I managed to catch that when I was just about to. I had some stuff to do, and I remembered it was coming on the TV, so I put it on and sat and watched that. And it's quite poignant when you watch something that's a 2-minute silence, and you watch it and you're waiting, and the silence is deafening in a way. It's kind of, it really does make you vivid, your mind sort of tune into what it's all about. So it was good. And then there was an idiot in the paper. It was an idiot who is in the paper because he set off fireworks as the 2-minute silence happened somewhere up north. I don't know exactly where, but he set off fireworks, and everybody who was at this remembrance gathering stormed his house and started trying to boot his door off and everything and get in to sort of get at him, because it's a stupid, ridiculous thing to do, and he's paid the price because he got 16 weeks in Nick for it. So there you go. You would have thought you would have you would get anything for doing something like that other than being labelled a twat, but you got 16 weeks in prison. I don't know what the charge was, but anyway, that should make him think twice about doing something so stupid again in the future. That's when everybody's all involved in that, and you're just going to stand out like a sore fucking knob, as like, there's no excuse for something like that. It's something so stupid that you did, but everybody will be on your back for that. So anyway, there you go, full. And then I think Jeremy Corbyn went straight from the remembrance thing right up to the floods, because we've had that bad rain and the floods all up north. Fucking, I thought it was bad just getting wet, but these people have got their houses are totally flooded and the fucking TVs are floating around the living room and shit like that. So it's pretty grim. How can you? It's hard to know well, some of the streets they should have had sandbags and stuff, but the weather, this is the climate and stuff, and it's just crazy. Next thing you know, we'll be having snow in the fucking middle of June or something like that. That's how random it is. But we're definitely guaranteed some rain. I mean, anybody who's into gardens, got a nice garden, it's probably shot up. You know, all your plants and that are probably coming up in the wrong time of year and all sorts of stuff. I remember I've got in this garden that I looked after on my flat. You walk away from it for a couple of weeks in the one time of year when it's raining, or you come back and it's like waist high or something, you know. And you're like, fuck you now, because there's nothing I hate worse than gardening. Well, there's a few things I hate worse than gardening, but gardening's right up there. Anyway, especially with my shit tools. James Bond. What's this one? I haven't even read this one. James Bond movie is the most woke ever after getting a politically correct makeover. So there you go. That's just killed that then, hasn't it? Hasn't the Terminator just been just done shit because everyone was saying that was all woked up? What's it? Something just popped up there. What's that? Okay. Yeah, so politically correct. It's just going to kill the movie. It's going to make it. Well, it's not going to kill the movie, but if you're making a point of doing it, then it becomes obvious, doesn't it? So when it's obvious, then you know what we can see. We can see why you're doing that and what you've done there, and it becomes like a kind of like fucking. It's water. It's like watering down the movie. So they should never have done it, and they should never have told anybody that that's what they're doing, either. Just make the fucking films as you make them, as they've always, you know, as they are. Who's slagging off James Bond's James Bond? They always try and do this thing about, you know, not hurting people. You know, he's got too many girlfriends and all that, or whatever the situation. That's James Bond, isn't it? I mean, it is what it is. You've always liked him. All of a sudden, you're going to go, no, actually, I don't think I like that anymore. It's just that character. It's like fucking, you know, he's like wham bam fucking guns fucking shooting off this, that and the other and killing the bad guys. That's the movie. So, you know, once you change it, all of a sudden it goes, this is kind of shit now, isn't it? Right, okay. I've emphasised that one a little bit too much. A supermarket is so plagued with shoplifters, it has resorted to stocking shelves with empty display packs. I've seen this. They do this with like all the condoms and shit, ain't they? Because the shoplifters have got targets. They know the links. I remember when we were growing up like fucking always. You could. Everyone was always selling things like links, razors, or whatever else on the streets and stuff. So you know they've cottoned onto that, but now they're doing it with coffee. And all that stuff. So now they're putting empty jars of coffee on there, and you have to take it to the counter, and they'll swap it for one that's got some in. Yeah, because coffee's not cheap these days, is it? So unfortunately, this is the sign of the times, isn't it? Because people are nicking coffees and all everyday stuff that people need. This is why people go to food banks and stuff, and some people probably too embarrassed to go to food banks or haven't quite got to that stage. Maybe they haven't got a food bank. But you're charged, there's £4 for coffee, they ain't got no money, they're on universal credit, and somebody's going to come and give you £1 for, you can buy coffee off them for £1. Albeit, it might be a bloody drug addict who needs the money then for his drugs and stuff, but sure what happened there, I think the camera decided I was rambling on a little bit too much, so decided to cut me off, so I've had to seamlessly put this back together without you noticing. Anyway, my point was that people are skint, so they're buying off shoplifters. Shoplifters are skint, so they're having to rob from the shops. If you are a shoplifter, don't rob off local businesses where they're struggling. Go to the big boys where they're fucking killing the business and killing the high street. Go to Tesco's. They ain't going to miss a few tins of coffee and all that kind of stuff. And while you're there, I like, what's it called, ground coffee, the expensive stuff out there. Give us a knock and I'll come down and give you what you need. Fairy liquid, I'll give you a shopping lift, or I'll speak to you later. Anyway, they'll see you as like a Robin Hood character if you do that. Anyway, I'm not condoning it, I'm just saying, where people are skint, then there's a needs must. Status quo rocker Francis Rossi keeps snubbing megabucks I'm a Celebrity because he refuses to share a toilet, and because he's got enough money to not bother. And that's hopefully the reason, because fucking don't bother. It's You go in there when you're skint, don't you? You don't go in there when you got a bank. If you got a fucking bank full of money, what the hell are you going into celebrity jungle for anyway? He said, "I'm not. Why do I want to be in there with 4 days of shit in a toilet with 4 days of shit in it? Not just 4 days of shit, 4 days and 20 people of shit in there as well." Anyway, so there you go. Who'd have thought a rocker like Status Quo would be so particular or so fussy about their? I'm sure they've been in a lot worse situations than when they're on the bandwagon or the coaches and whatever else. But they've made the money now, ain't they? They don't want to go back. That's the old days. A dad was disgusted when he found the word "shitface" typed across his 2 pots of gravy at KFC takeaway. I thought that was someone, you know, when you Starbucks where they write your name on it while you're waiting. I thought somebody wrote "shitface" on it and gone, oh, it's that fucker at the counter, like an ex-relationship or something. But no, it was somebody in the offices who've done it, and they knew it would turn up somewhere. So that's kind of someone with a good sense of humour. And somebody's laughing that that's found its way into the paper because they're going to go, oh, I did that. Anyway, he said he was shocked because he thought a young child could have seen it. Don't worry about it. A young child would find that the fucking hilarious, funniest thing he's seen all year. It's up there for me. But young kids aren't snowflakes. That would have been they'd have been laughing their heads off, and that would have gone around the school playground quicker than coke around a public school. Cocaine around a public school. And speaking of which, moving on, 200 grand's worth of coke's been seized at Ascay's boys' school. £21,000 a year a head school, but that's why 3.5 kilos worth. They can afford it, can't they? Anyway, that's killed that Christmas party. Looks like they'll have to start tightening the, like usual students will have to eat noodles. Was it 10p noodles or whatever, and fucking fingerless gloves and all that stuff. Buying a crate of beer and sitting in your room drinking it. Oh, it's a shame. What could have been? Anyway, this guy isn't struggling. 29 million. Ed Sheeran's manager made 30 million quid, nearly as much as the star did himself last year. Not in total, just last year. A guy who used to work at a chicken processors has now got a management company called Grumpy Old Management Company, and he owns it outright. And he's got James Blunt and Lily Allen, and amongst others, on his label. So not everybody's talented, but he's made a lot of money, and he knows how to sort of make money off people, I imagine. So good for him. Maybe I should start it. Maybe I should fucking get in touch with him. If he's talent spotting, please, why aren't people knocking on my door? Come on, it's about time. I've done plenty of these bloody videos now. It's only a matter of time. Right, a porn version of the Great British Bake Off has left the show's Channel 4 bosses steaming. The Great British Bonk Off, it's called, and I bet I think they got the people marked based on their characters and stuff. That's a right British porno, that is, isn't it? It's almost like a carry-on film, but X-rated version. They're taking the piss kind of thing. I bet they've got buns in the oven and all the innuendos and everything going on in it. So there you go. Well, they've got a big audience, so Bake Off has, hasn't it? So they've probably gone, hang on, working it out. If they've got 20 million people that like watching the programme, there must be at least half of them are into porn. Let's make a porn film about baking a fucking pie. You can shag the pie and do all that like the old, what's it called? What's that film, American Pie? Also, I mean, I ain't going to watch it. I'm not going to look for it. Where do you find pornos these days? You have to Google that. It'll come back to bite you somewhere down the line. 1 in 10 holidaymakers have turned up to an Airbnb to find it does not exist. There's some right fucking dodgy characters out there, and 25% are left disappointed when their rental property fails to live up to expectations. Well, that's all right. Fucking, as long as you didn't pay too much, but when they don't exist, that's the fucking pisser. I saw one, somebody turned up and they had a tent in the back garden. They went, no, it's out there. Out there, like, where's the toilet and everything? And I was paying, like, I think this was in London or somewhere. That's taking the piss, because you're not going to get a good review back, are you? If I turned up to somebody's house and they went, oh, you're in the fucking kennel out the back, I'd be like, fuck you, I'm just not staying here. or you're going to get the worst review going. It's fucking taking the mickey, that is. Singer Pete Docherty, whatever you want to say his name, was arrested yesterday after a drunken fight in Paris while he was out in his pyjamas celebrating his release from a police cell already for cocaine, for being caught with cocaine. So there you go. He was having a party in his pyjamas after just getting out for cocaine. He's gone straight back to his cocaine, which was probably in his pyjamas pocket, and he's out. And then he's going to punch up. He knows how to get himself into some scrapes, doesn't he, old Pete Docherty? Never a dull moment, I'm sure, for him. I bet all those around him are like, oh, for fuck's sake, this guy's a fucking nose. Anyway, he's having a good time. I can't knock him. Funny man Jasper has been has had a tram named after him in Birmingham. I don't know if that's cool. It's not really that cool, but Jasper Carrot is up there. Well, there's not many big stars in Birmingham, but well, there's quite a lot, but not that you would know. Ozzy Osbourne, I bet you didn't know that. Jasper Carrot, he's right up there, comedy royalty, and he's named. A tram's been named after him, so it's a great honour. He said. Everything is named after the Black Sabbath stars, so it's good to squeeze my name in there with some of them. I didn't know that. I didn't know anything that's named after Black Sabbath. Benches and bridges and everything, apparently. Ozzy Osbourne Bridge. Where's that then? I don't remember where that is. Okay, I'll have to do a bit more research. I should know this. These are my city men. Who else we got? Rusty Lee. Remember Rusty Lee, the chef? She's disappeared. She should come back. Birmingham accent's becoming popular now after Peaky Blinders. Rusty Lee probably start doing well. Fucking, she's up there. All celebrity chefs, fucking, they're 10 a penny now, aren't they? So there's room for more. A hungry burglar was caught after biting into a rich tea biscuit during a raid in Telford, Shropshire. So I don't like burglars at all. DNA on crumbs matched David Jinks, his name was. He pleaded guilty, was jailed for 2 years. Good. But he ate a rich tea biscuit and left his DNA behind. So they got, normally at burglaries, they don't fucking, they just go, oh, tough shit. That's the way it is, you know what I mean? They don't fucking come and start checking for DNA and stuff. They must have been somebody quite well to do to get somebody to come in and do all that. But anyway, they've caught him off not eating all of his rich tea biscuits, so there you go. Fool and his biscuit are soon found and caught. That's what I'm trying to say there. A shop has banned all the Christmas hits as they're running up to Christmas because they get fed up with listening to. It must be a nose when you're in the shop, working in a shop in Christmas, because half the time the songs are on a loop, aren't they? They just continually play in a circle, and it just must drive you potty. You must have to sit in there with earplugs in or something or other. So there you go. There you got all that to come if you're working in the shops. You'd have to try and take sick leave or something or other. But they don't even play. There's some really good ones, but it's normally the same 10 or something that's on a rotation. Mariah Carey, Slade, there's Fairy Tale in New York, and I don't know, whatever else. But as long as they don't start playing them in fucking now, or they've started playing them now, some of them have, but December, the last 2 weeks before Christmas, we can just about cope with that, because that's when I do my shopping, the day before Christmas. That's why my presents are shit. More than a third of us think humans will end up living in space due to the damage done to Earth. Some people are living in space at the moment anyway, just in their own head. Fucking mostly politicians. They're the ones who are fucking screwing it up. They're the first ones you should send up there once, once everybody takes over and has a revolution. You should fucking shoot them off in a rocket up to Mars or something and go, go and fuck that place up while you're up there. Send us down some samples and whatever else, and when you be good, then we'll find a way to bring you back. Boris. Right, okay, let's finish up on a couple more. What we got here? Phoenix Nights might be coming back. The cast and crew are supposed to be coming back to recreate Phoenix Nights. Love that, because it's fucking, you know, home from home when you see a comedy about a social club and all the characters in there, because you can relate to a lot of the people in there. So it's good that Peter Kay's back on back out. He's disappeared, didn't he? He had that sort of secretive, cancelled all his concerts and everything. So if Peter Kay's back, I'm all in. I can't wait to watch it. Right, we're going to finish up on one more when I can find it. Oh, I forgot. I fucking ran out of. Come on. Our teacher, Carl Russer, enjoys a weekend wrestling bouts at the chair hurling Let's start again. Enjoys weekend wrestling bouts as the chair hurling keyboard warrior. That's his name. So he's a school and he teaches maths, I think. What's he teach? He's a 20 stone dad of 3, and he also somersaults off the ropes and dishes out pile drivers in semi-pro leagues. So I bet fucking the kids don't get a chance to get away with their homework at school with him. I bet he puts on the act and everything, don't they? The kids will love that. I wonder if he starts smashing up the school tables and chairs and stuff like that to show off to the kids. I bet he does, because he's obviously like it's a hobby, isn't it? And when you hobby, you're just going to start fucking playing up wherever you can. So there's going to be a naughty kid who's going to come push him too far one day. Then he's going to give him the fucking, what's it called, a big daddy splat, or what's the other one when they land you on the back on the tables, smash you through the tables and everything. Parents will be down there and the shit's going to hit the fan. Just be careful what you do. Don't get drunk and come into school with a hangover. Otherwise, that's when the shit's going to hit the fan. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.